are just incredible. But let's hop onto the pitch, Jay. No more delaying as we're hopping on to DFH Stadium. Best of 5 minutes on the clock. Singularity in the blue, Vitality in the orange.
And already it's Vitality on the attack here, into that blue half from the back of the kickoff. Couple of good challenges going the way of Fairy Peak, but yeah, third one onto the corner play. It's not going to work out so well for him. Either way, set up for a duck down chance, a bit too high at the crossbar, and Alpha could not quite find the shot that he wanted to recover it. K-Dot will still be in position to keep the pressure going for Vitality, and that's the main thing for the interim here. The return will come out from Singularity after that backboard. You can see how quickly Vitality are able to adjust to the offensive play, though, the counter-attacks and the passing play, something that we've seen a little bit scrappy from several teams over the course of the Grand Prix, but for here, Vitality are looking crisp and clean with their coordination.
They are, but it's still the first minute. It's all going to come down to the attack of Vitality. They're going to have to naturally, you have to in every single game, quite frankly, outscore your opponent, but Vitality are going to need 4 or 5 goals, I feel, each game. 3 probably is going to be bordering on that line to be able to win it. Singularity always about getting heavy into that attack and trying to really put a lot of pressure on your opponents. Vitality can handle that, and it all comes down to great little passes out of defense to be able to work that ball down the field in their transitions, but that isn't going to work here. I feel Singularity with so much attack should be able to edge out. And what a miss there from K-Dot. So uncharacteristic, but look at the cover from Fairy Peak. Incredible.
Well, that's disconcerting. It's not the worst thing in the world, but either way, Singularity back on the defensive line. Alpha beating out Scrub. Nolly comes up to get a touch in. Fairy Peak will take that contention because there's no way that Nolly can get a second touch. Alpha goes in for a shot off the backboard. It's too high, so not to the target, even though it's registered by the game. Big miss from Nolly though, but K-Dot couldn't strike back. He's behind the ball, not in front of it. Now it's Alpha's time to dribble play off the backboard again. Should be taken back by the backboard defensive, so Singularity is not letting Renault Vitality getting away with the basic setups here. Been very heavy-handed in terms of their own touches from the SNG side. Vitality a bit more firm in control, but their accuracy when it comes to placing themselves for those shots not quite as confident as we'd like to see from them. Play up from Though, trying to beat out the defense. Fairy Peak reads it though. Scrub Killer comes in for a strike, and there's Alpha there on the line defensive, keeping it away from the net. And at half-time we are nilled out. That's about to change though. Says no. Fairy Peak comes in to continue the play.
Talk about that sort of heavy-handedness though, Jay. Singularity like 50-50s, especially Nolly and Low. Scrub Killer pulls out very much occasionally when it's needed, but it's just that case of they're trying to bring this in close to their opponent's half and then see what they can do there. They're looking for a weak defensive touch, and they know how Vitality are playing, so you'll notice they'll try and intercept those passes out to the corner. Singularity are ready. They've done the homework for this.
Indeed they have, and it's just going to continue pressuring up for this one. Ball in for Nolly to the sideboard. Caleb's going to intercept it. Scrub Killer has corner control, and he'll beat out Fairy Peak, try and beat Alpha, but Alpha has his contention bumped out of the way, sets it up on the backboard. Fairy Peak got a chance, but Nolly gets his challenge in. So far, Singularity are dealing with Renault Vitality particularly well. All the pass from Fairy Peak just throws it off of the defense, and that is a first for Vitality.
Incredible pace put on this ball. K-Dot just putting it forward, but Fairy Peak to get that touch, linger in his opponent's box to be able to send that off wide to the side at such a wicked pace, 109 kilometers per hour. Brilliant first goal to start us off. 1 minute 30 still left in it, and Alpha's not going to be able to get a quick second.
Act real fast if they want to get something back on the Singularity side. They started things off relatively slow off the back of the kickoff, and Renault Vitality still getting their challenges in. Shot centered up for Fairy Peak, challenged by Scrub Killer, but back into Alpha's path. This is perfect for him, but a player comes in though, able to deny from the center rotation, oftentimes ill-advised, but this time it's good enough to get the defense away. Now Nolly's got to try and find his way downfield, got Though there to back him up. Fairy Peak contest, takes it off to the midfield line, second touch into the corner, right in front of the box. Scrub Killer's got to get the defense in against them. Good challenge on one, will send it back downfield, but no forward players from Singularity. They've eased off on the offensive line.
Yeah, and you look at Singularity here, they're very much yes and no. There is no grey area. If they think they can win the ball, they'll go for it. If not, they'll back off. So close to them up there. Post keeping it out. What a great pass to the center though. Though just go in high. And Nolly's not going to be able to win out that 50-50 against K-Dot.
Oh, Oh, the touch in from K-Dot. Namnir got himself a goal, but it's Scrub Killer here with a contest alongside Doe right behind him. Scrub's going to rotate back to the midfield and to the back line in the end as K-Dot sends that right back on target. Scrub to the good touch. Back to Scrub, just disrupted by the defense though with a final redirect chance. Takes it close but wide to the right-hand side of the net. Still control, still pushing up. Nolly's got to get some sort of touchback. Where's Scrub for the final strike in? He goes for it, backboard into though. He still holds it up, and it's just kept alive by Nolly, but not able to hold on for long enough. Renault Vitality will take the first game of the series here. But wow, the pace really picked up from Singularity in those last few seconds.
And you can see there at the end, Singularity using a great display of Rule 1 to be able to keep that ball on up and just making sure, Jay, that they make full use out of that time. The game is not dead until the ball touches the ground. Singularity know that, and they've got some wicked pace. They probably hold him back quite a bit in game 1, where they're trying to see how Vitality are playing here today. 1-0 game is very uncharacteristic of Singularity, and as we ramp up throughout this, Singularity are really going to push the envelope, try and push a lot more into the attack. I mean, they're already doing quite a bit of that in this game. I mean, you look at the stats down below, 42% ball possession compared to 52% field domination. So they were doing more with the ball than their opponents. And that's just an incredible stat there. Singularity, if they can just keep it to themselves a little bit more, they will find the answers they need. The problem is Vitality plays such a possession-heavy game that it's really difficult to do that.
Absolutely, man, and that's causing the main sort of brick wall for them at the moment. Singularity just within a single goal difference, and you know, just to show how close it really can be. This is anyone's matchup still, despite the first game going the way of VIT. Though, in from the corner to the second game now. Oh, Alpha! Okay!
So I said good read by Though to keep this on out, and Alpha just goes and one-ups it, takes the green mushroom and puts the ball in the back of the net. What a play by Alpha there to get the opening goal from Vitality. No more of this 3.5 minutes into the game, 10 seconds, and he's wanting to stamp Singularity out.
Very big, trying to set up K-Dot for his chance. Scrub's got the challenge and take it away. It's only Alpha on the defense, but he is back far enough to keep that away from a shot. Nolly's going to continue the pressure play, put it inside the box. Taken back by K-Dot this time. Though back on, denied by Fairy Peak. Nolly and Scrub in the defense. Alpha going to go for another good 50-50. Grabs the 100 in the corner, and the small pads as well to try and starve out the Singularity defense, but he's put wide to the left. They've got plenty of resources to work with. Though needs to get out to one of his teammates, though. He's out of boost. Nolly off to the corner play. Second touch will not be allowed. K-Dot has control, and Fairy Peak now is a dribble, beating one. Back to K-Dot. K-Dot's going to ease off a little bit, get a challenge in, and those 50-50 is enough to hold the defense in this one.
You talk about Vitality there trying to take away the boost pads from Singularity, and that is a very clever maneuver there. Clearly Vitality doing the homework and instinct, because both Though and Nolly, I don't know, maybe shifting them together there a little bit, are very inefficient on their boost, Jay. They use so much of it. They need to work on that management aspect. Close there being brought on in. So if you take that away from them, a lot of the power those two players have will just seem to disappear and crumble away.
Ball sent downfield, backboard touch though, going to get beaten out by Fairy Peaks. Again, they're ready for the setups that Singularity are going to take. Pass in from Alpha to K-Dot, that's high off the crossbar. Alpha can't recover, Fairy Peak will try his best, but way too light on the touch. So Nolly gets it out of the midfield now. It's K-Dot up, Alpha challenging again. K-Dot going to look for another chance, but he's going to get forced back. They're so starved for boosting on the Singularity side though. They couldn't move upfield fast enough. They're back in the defense very quickly on this one. Scrub Killer back downfield into the corner. Alpha out position. Good challenge from K-Dot again to send it right back to square one. And Singularity, they're having a real hard time at breaking out and staying out of that blue half. A chance might present itself, and Nolly goes for a shot, but K-Dot is there for a save.
But you talk about they're struggling to break out their own half, that's purely because they are boost RJs. So when they get the ball downfield, they need to focus on picking up those middle tanks if they can. And we've even seen there just a little bit ago, Scrubkiller going and stealing one away from the Vitality back half. So they're making sure to keep the macro of the game alive. They know it's only one goal that Vitality are ahead by. So they're not looking to throw away. That ball's high, don't worry. But that follow-up, that's worrying.
Yeah, 2-0 Singularity tried to put up the pressure, and to their credit, I can see why the defensive was stopped at the very last second there, and Singularity, all they had to do was find a follow-up to their final strike to, you know, really put the goals in, so pushing all their players out of field.
He had the boost, so I don't understand why he didn't go for that. So what, he should have been able to clearly hear Scrub behind him, you know? So it's just such a weird decision going on there.
Well, mistakes made for a 2-0 on 2 minutes to go. Very Peak and Alpha back up front in the blue half. Scrubkiller and Though back on the quick wraparounds into the orange half. Past that midfield line is about as far as they'll go. K-Dot shoved out Nolly now with ball control. He's got Very Peak in the midfield. Got Scrubkiller there to take a challenge, a second touch that might put it right inside that box, but denied again by Alpha. Though comes up, puts it close to the box. No second chances though, as K-Dot and Alpha pass between each other now for a fantastic offensive play. They will get lost on control when it comes to the last third of the challenges. Is still good, and that ball is still being registered to shots. Pass back to Very Peak inside this corner, back over to K-Dot. Demo in from Nolly, takes him out of the play. And now Though and Scrub back onto the orange target, but not far forward enough here.
No, and that ball just thrown away straight on into the control. Vitality. Big play style difference going on right now. I want to see Singularity keep it close to themselves, dribble it, go for those shadow plays. Where they're throwing it away right now, Jay, it's just straight into Vitality's hands. And if they have the ball, they're comfortable, they're fine. So you just got to try and play keep away from Vitality. I mean, easier said than done, don't get me wrong. But right now, you can see their natural passing between each other. Every single shot that's thrown towards Vitality net isn't threatening enough. Vitality look as calm as can be, and they're 3-0 up. What a launch.
K-Dot beating out one player, just a simple double flick, beating out the first, and Though had no idea what to do from there. He couldn't react in time. That's a 3-0, and probably a game right now to the favor of Renault Vitality. Singularity struggled from the outset, and you know, a part of it was down to boost starving. We mentioned it in the mid part of that game. Oh, Scrubkiller might find a goal, not quite. We mentioned it in the mid part of that game, and you can see the numbers on your screens. I mean, like, Singularity just not enough to chase downfield, and now that they've got their hundreds, they're forced back into the offensive with an offensive chance being generated by Vitality. 20 seconds left, there's just no way. Oh, Alpha denied at the line here by Singularity, so they spare the embarrassment, but they will not be spared again.
What's incredible there, though, is all three lads got into attack from Vitality, and yet still, when the ball got back to the midfield, Very Peak was already coming out of his own goal. That's how quick Vitality rotate on back. They only need about 20 boost in the tank, Jay, to be able to get back so quickly. Said net, because of course, naturally, they're great at using their dodges to be able to substitute on in for that boost to rotate on back. But it's just how in sync Vitality are right now. Singularity can't even find a crack in the wall, can they?
They can't, and that's the issue, you know, the fact that the team play is so well coordinated and the fact that they're so synergized between each other, like, there's no way you can crack that. And that's part of what makes Renault Vitality so great. That's part of what made them, probably what makes them actually, right now, probably the best team in the world at the moment. They are insanely coordinated right now. They are insanely in sync, and there's just no way that Singularity can find a way to break it, especially when they're boost starved, especially when they don't have as much ball possession. And now they're losing the field dominance as well. Everything is going against Singularity right now, and I mean, I don't want to say I called it, but that's kind of the worst case scenario for what I was expecting right now here.
Yeah, this is that case of, you look in, you think Singularity with their run so far, having that aspect from the golden era of Vitality, they should be able to know how to counter Vitality. But even with that, they just cannot find the answer. And Vitality, I guess it's purely because, you know, in multiple stage tournaments, Vitality on that last day just somehow turn it up to 11, nay 12, and are just unbeatable. You think right now, Singularity, look, nothing to them. Singularity haven't even got a goal yet.
It's been a tough slog so far in our 2-0. Nolly and Scrubkiller are going to try and change the narrative here, but at this moment they are unable to do much. 30 seconds in, they've got some scrappy offensive going. Low with an awkward challenge, just forces it out into Scrubkiller's position now. Got to try beat out his former teammates in against 1 and 2. Oh, he carries it all the way! And that's the start of Singularity need in this game to set up the reverse sweep.
So look, he gets the flip reset, but doesn't use it. His opponents expect him then to just launch it and net, but no, he just sits back, relaxes, I don't know, sips an iced tea or something, and just gets the goal. Singularity, for that to be their first goal, you know, I was going to hammer hard on that being there, like, what on earth is going on with this team? For that to be their first goal is well and truly worthy of being the opener to Game 3 and Scrub's response to his previous team. Wow, what a good pinch there as well. But they've got to hold it because, yeah, they've only gone and angered the beast here, Jay, and that's a problem in its own right.
The defensive just baited to the right-hand side of the field. Nolly just couldn't do anything from there. Oh, that is such a peter out by comparison to their first play, you know? The fact that they got that shot, they followed it up with that kind of defensive, like, that's just not acceptable if you want to bring this reverse sweep together. And for Singularity, I don't think they can have it now. I mean, yes, it is only 1-1, so there could be an adjustment with plenty of time on the clock, but the way that they've contested against Vitality, it still looks so much more confident, even against that first shot in. 3 minutes to the clock, the play in from Though coming up off the backboard, K'd up to the ceiling and off the sideboard for Fairy Peak, control shot down into Alpha. Oh, just defended by Scrub, as he barely keeps Singularity alive.
Scrub's the only one that's working defense fast enough here, Though and Nolly are brilliant in attack, but their defense needs to be picked up. You see that right there. Scrub single-handedly carrying the defense on his shoulders, and one man is not enough to keep out all 3 of the Lions from Vitality. Though a simple save there does connect with Nolly, which is great. They need to be able to finish this off. Instead, it's cleared down to their opponent's half, and then it's back into defense. Singularity just cannot transition fully.
Alpha up, Nolly takes it over to the sideboard, bounce in the midfield line. Nolly teeing it up for a teammate, but Caleb's going to take that chance to insert himself in the line. Back to Fairy Peak to the backboard here. Caleb contesting from the corner, may set up for Alpha shots. Here he comes, puts it a bit too far wide, so Vitality a bit more scrappy on the quicker pace that they're bringing to the fold here, but still sending it up directly in front of that box and still getting dangerously close to the SNG net. K'd up off to the sideboard, Scrub and Alpha challenging to the back, trying to back pass into Fairy Peak. He leaves it. Fairy Peak controls off the crossbar behind the line, and Vitality back here on match points.
And I was looking at boost levels throughout the entirety of that, Jay. Beforehand, K'd up with that hit to keep the pressure going, did it with 0 up off the wall, went back, everyone went, just picked up a 100 tank, and that was it. After that, they were set in stone. They're doing a 3-man play and getting it through. Vitality are no longer pressured. They, again, are just comfortable and pretty much free to do what they want on this pitch. And that is scary.
The level of control they have above this ball right now, and it is, as you mentioned, you know, they just look like they have freedom to do whatever they like.
And Singularity aren't played bad, are they? Like,
no, they're not. They're absolutely not. You know, and that's the thing I was mentioning. You know, the fact that Vitality are consistently world class, and that's the main issue for any team that faces against them. Yes, Singularity have that potential and the playstyle that could beat out these guys, but it's not come to the fold today. And Vitality have not missed a single beat over the course of this one, losing a single goal thanks to a solo play. But that's been about it. Look at Alpha. Look at Alpha, right on target for Nolly's save.
Oh, the connection there from Alpha. Oh, K'd thought that was on target, just went into retreat instead of following through with the attack. This is finally an opportunity, but K'd is back fast enough. Good setup to Scrub. We'll keep it to the corner, but he needs to work into the middle. We'll find, though, that's a hammer of a hit behind the ball, and Scrub's going to be able to get the touch. Equalised out with 1 minute remaining.
All right, we have a game on our hands once again, but can Singularity tip past the hurdle they need to take a lead above their opposition? 2-2. There is a time to the clock, 1 minute and 4 seconds to be more specific. And the kickoff already getting off to that orange half. Scrub Killer can't really find any offensive though. He's got to leave it to Nolly from this corner play, trying to beat out Caleb, set it up. Here comes Low with a chance to strike. Two players challenging a double commit that works better for Renault Vitality. They make their way back to that blue half. Nolly from the corner can't retake control. Alpha backed up, stalling for a moment. 48 points of boost. Scrub carries that all the way on, just off the crossbar by Kadoff. And kept out of the net, but still awkward positions being set up by Zoe. Nolly couldn't find the shot he needed. Scrub Killer will challenge from midfield control. He's out of boost. Gotta fall back, gotta leave him though to come forward. Good challenge from him. And controls in the air, beats out Fairy Peak, but Fairy Peak still gets a touch to rest into the hands of Alpha now. Scrub Killer challenged in the midfield, forced to fall back again. 15 seconds now. Kadoff controls, dribbles, looking for his teammates. They're way too far back. Almost goes for the solo, but just denied by Scrub on the defensive rotation. Now it's him and Though on the offense. Fairy Peak gets it away from him. Scrub puts it back out to open space. Fairy Peak keeps it alive, and Though will try kill it to the floor for overtime. Alpha's not having any of that. Resets it up for his teammate. Scrub Killer comes forward. Fairy Peak back over to the blue half. It's best to hit the floor, and indeed it does. OT for game 3.
Liquid pre-owned by Oxygen. Singularity do not want that same fate to be sent this early, this quickly into the lower bracket. Alpha nearly trying to do exactly that, but 15 seconds. Singularity have got one heck of a fight on their hands.
Look at Fairy Peak coming out with a sideboard here from the defensive half back into offense. Singularity fighting for survival, but look at Fairy Peak trying to clear out the back line. It's Alpha with the shot that is denied by Though. Still back inside that box though, needs to find a clear away. Scrub's got nothing to work with. It's Fairy Peak, the sideboard dribble, using his flip very early, potentially going to bump out. He's nowhere near it, but he sets up Alpha regardless. 44 seconds in OT, and we have a 3-0 series, a 3-2 game. Vitality are going to sweep out Singularity into that lower bracket. And well, the contention, it just wasn't there from the start, Bacon.
And that is just disturbing, that last goal from Fairy Peak and Alpha. Somehow Fairy Peak has come out with some sort of Jedi mind tricks on Nolly, passes the ball to him, says, you'll put that down to the ground, Alpha's going to score on you, and Nolly just assists in that play. I mean, what else was Nolly to do? He has to get the touch, otherwise, you know, it's going to be a goal from Fairy Peak. But just their Vitality threatening, leaving Singularity with no other options. And they know that. It is just a masterclass of play. Vitality 3-0 in Singularity. They're through to tomorrow, Jay. And they've shown up. We had our doubts, you know, from yesterday. But coming into today, this is the world champions that we expect out of Vitality.
Absolutely, like they played lights out Rocket League right there, and even though it was a good attempt there from Singularity, they just couldn't quite find the playstyle they needed to take that victory away from them. It just didn't come to fruition. You know, they kind of got better and better as the series gone on, and maybe in a best of 7 context they may have found something, but to be honest, you know, it just felt like they were playing up against a team so well coordinated that there was just virtually no chance. And indeed for Vitality, they gave them no chance. They're through to day 2, and Singularity will have to play in the lower bracket a little bit later on today, and in fact we are switching to our lower bracket games as we go to a short break. We'll come back to break down the next one, which I believe may be Liquid versus BDS. So don't go anywhere. We're back after this very short break.